So something happened in the mosque today. Assalamu alaikum. I'm not happy about it at all, and that's why I thought I could share it. Possibly someone's gonna get one or two things from it. This is not the first time it's happening in the mosque. It's not the first time. So many other times I've had the imam having to stand up to call attention of the brothers, sisters, telling them to be patient, like not to fight with the volunteers in the mosque. And today, what happened was so touching. Um, it wasn't time for prayer yet, so we were in the mosque early. So there was someone, a young guy. He's not 18. He should be around 30s or early 40s. I'm not even sure he's up to 40 years old. So he was sitting in the second soft before the first soft. That's the line we stand in prayer. Then there's this old man. It was about time for iftar. He, I guess he had to go take something from outside to break his fast date, and then he was coming back. So he passed by this brother, this man, and then possibly he passed over him. I was pretty sure he didn't match him. Then this brother just fled up. He started talking bad, like insult. He did like this, like the old man is insane or he doesn't use his brain and stuff like that. It was so touching, like it's got everyone's attention in the mosque. Everyone was like, what's going on? Like, this is an elderly man, like he should be up to 80, if not more than that. And the man was so calm, the man in the front, the old man, and everyone was like, what's going on here? Because youngsters are supposed to respect the elders, but that wasn't the case. He just kept on firing at the man. The man was like trying to calm down, sit down, and it touched me so much that I felt like, what's going on? It begs me to ask this question countless times while I was in the mosque and after the prayer, that if the Prophet ﷺ was to see us today, if the Prophet was to see who we are, the Muslims today, is he gonna be proud of us? That's a very tough question. And I wasn't happy because I'm also a Muslim and I know that this shouldn't be it, most especially in this month of Ramadan. So worship and character, the rituals we do, 5 daily prayers, holding our fast, does it really combine? Is it in coherence with the way our character is? You know, every small thing we want to fight in the mosque. I don't know if it's like that elsewhere in the world. I definitely don't think it's like that. I've prayed in different mosques in the world, but it's quite particular. I found this like quite often during Ramadan, outside Ramadan in Europe. Okay. I don't know where you're watching or where you will be watching this stream or video from, but you have seen this in France a lot, in Belgium, in some of these European countries, and it's like, what's going on? Is like there's no difference. We're all Muslims. It's the same Muslim. The mosque shouldn't just be come to the mosque and pray and get out of the mosque. There should be, this brotherhood. There should be something that bind us together than just come, pray, and get out of the mosque. So it could have been that the man, the brother was hungry, or he was maybe it's fatigue, he was so tired or exhausted, or it could be maybe his nature, his culture, or he's going through a lot in life. Yeah, I understand that. People could really be going through a lot in life and they're just so angry with everything, everyone, and everything. But the real question is, do we have to always prove ourselves that we're right in the mosque, or do we have to be kind in the mosque? If we recall the hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when the Bedouin, when he came to the mosque to pee, this person that entered the mosque and directly went to pee in the mosque, and the Sahabas were like, "Oh, what you doing? This is the house of Allah." And the Prophet said, "Leave him be. Let him complete." So he completed his pee, and the Prophet asked them to sprinkle water on it. So that shows like kindness should be above being right. That's not why we're in the mosque. Then we would see that this is quite important. This shows the core teaching of Islam, that emphasizes on character, on behavior, on tolerance, on patience. And what is ibadah without akhlaq? You know, Almighty Allah treasures the akhlaq, your character, your personality towards others more than just you praying. Believe me, you can pray, you can do everything. If you're not so good to people, um, may Almighty Allah not make us be among those sets of people. That makes me to remember the hadith of Muflis, the poor one, the one who would be stripped of all the good he had. He prayed well, he fasted well, he gave alms, he gave sadaqah, lots of good behaviors that has to do with him and Almighty Allah. But then, shatama hada, qadhafa hada, akaramala hada, safakadama hada, he abused this, he insulted someone, he cheat someone, he beat someone, and he's gonna lose all the good he did because of all these things. And we remember the hadith of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that said that the the heaviest thing that's gonna count for people on the day of judgment that will take them to paradise is their behavior. So the purpose of Ramadan is not to starve yourself. So Muslims should ask ourselves, we should ask ourselves, why do we fast? Why do we fast? This is quite important. So everything you do in Ibadah, you should ask why. And not just why, we know that the base of Ibadah is al-ikhlas and mutabara. So we do it sincerely because of Almighty Allah. And then we do it is this. Don't just starve yourself. So control your tongue. Self-control is a moment, is a period of time for spiritual revitalization, for you to be the best version of yourself, the best version of yourself spiritually, mentally, self-discipline. So be the best version of yourself. It's a spiritual complete or perfect in this life. No one is perfect. Almighty Allah is the only perfect person. So we human, we always have deficit. We have weaknesses in our, we have flaws, okay, in our behavior, in our character, in our being, and that's what makes us human. But the best of all human are those people who are able to resist, those who are able to train themselves to be the best version of themselves by restricting themselves from doing some things. And that's how you elevate in Iman. That's how you get reward. That's how Almighty Allah love you. When you become patient, you want to fight someone, but you all build good character, if not in Ramadan. So if in Ramadan we're always fighting in the mosque, in the house of Almighty Allah, if we're always over little things we have to, drag, fight ourselves, insult ourselves, raise our voice in the mosque, then what are we going to do outside Ramadan? We forget the fact that we're fasting. So if you can fast so well, the way you're supposed to fast, the sins that you've committed before and after the Ramadan will be forgiven. So are we gonna lose all these things just because of a moment of frustration? We shouldn't be such kind of people. And again, I ask, and I think every Muslim should ask themselves this: If the Prophet ﷺ made to make Islam get to us today, and for you to have seen or to be a Muslim today, so these are not little sacrifices. The Prophet ﷺ will wake up midnight, spend hours standing, doing, praying in the midnight for us, for we to be, the Hamil Liwa il Islam, the flag bearers of the religion today. But then, what have we turned the religion to be? So it's a reflective point and a question. So the practical solution is we should be always patient. We should try by all means to have a goal to achieve, self-restraint, discipline, strength, and that's patience. So ista'inu bis-sabr was-salah. So you should find strength in patience. Patience is strength. And do not forget, character is worship. Character is ibadah. May Almighty Allah guide all of us. May Almighty Allah accept this Ramadan as an act of worship from us. May Almighty Allah be pleased with us. May Almighty Allah forgive us. May Almighty Allah make us the best version of ourselves. May Almighty Allah count us amongst من النبيين الذين أنعم عليهم, those whom He has blessed, من النبيين الصديقين الشهداء والصالحين حسن أولئك رفيقا. May Almighty Allah forgive us. May Almighty Allah forgive us. May Almighty Allah forgive us. May Almighty Allah count us amongst those that when the Prophet ﷺ sees us on the day of judgment, He will smile at us. He will be happy to see us among Bi'sal Wild al. May Almighty Allah not make us amongst those bad example, Ashkiya. May Almighty Allah make us amongst the Suada. Assalamu alaikum. Be good.